Hello everyone, Namaste. Welcome to Himalaya Spirit Tarot. I am Chanaka, your tarot card reader and your medium. And I am super happy to have you here with me as always. And today we are bringing in messages from Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna, whenever I connect with the energy of Sri Krishna, there's so much beauty, so much power, and so much mystery as well. So when I get in messages, all of our consciousness is connected to the Krishna consciousness. Like our consciousness is connected to Krishna consciousness as well as Christ consciousness. It is also connected to other levels of consciousness, for instance, the consciousness of Thoth, the Atlantean. So it connects to all these consciousness. So we are connected to Sri Krishna as well, and that's where we are bringing in messages, because your spirit team, your ancestors, guides help me bring in messages as well. So you'll have 3 options in front of you. There are 3 piles which are just your oracle cards. There are 3 options, and once you've taken your pick, I will see you at your reading. Okay. You can pick from picture number 1, picture number 2, and picture number 3. Hi, group number 1. Namaste. Welcome to Himalaya Spirit Tarot. I am Janaka, your tarot card reader and your medium. I was saying that I have a very good feeling about this group because I feel so serene, so calm, so peaceful. And I feel that this group is a group of very, very peaceful people. And although there might have been just hurdles and pains and problems thrown at you, essentially disturbing your peace, I don't think this group lets that frequency stay with them. Like, you can stay angry maximum, I would say, for like 5 days. That's what I feel like. This group can stay angry and bitter in a low vibration for maximum 5 days, and immediately after that they start going back to love, forgiveness, mercy, kindness, harmony, coming together. But because of which I feel like you have a hard time getting out of toxic situations, and you stay there for a very long time, because you're like, well, if I bring enough harmony in, if I bring enough love in, maybe it will solve. Maybe if I stay here long enough, if I give it more time, maybe it will get solved. But it doesn't always work like that. So let us see what more we get on this. We'll first take your oracle cards. I want to take these round ones first. We have law of continuity. We have Trinity. This is how I'm going to take these cards. Trinity, and then law of compensation. I feel like, how in the Trinity we have the creator, the preserver, and the destroyer. I feel for this group, you actually are connected to Sri Vishnu, Sri Krishna, the energy of the preserver, where you have actually started something and you just need to preserve it. You need to keep going. You need to maintain its frequency, its sanctity, its level of, let's say you have started to put in 100%, or even let's say 80%, 50% in a job you love, or towards a job you love. Now you have to continuously keep putting in that 50%. So that's what I feel like, and tapping in with Sri Vishnu, or the energy of creator, father, source, as a creator being, as a preserver being, would be very beneficial to you right now. Okay, let me see how else I can explain to you the energy of the preserver, because that is what is coming through here. The energy of the preserver. Kind of want to take a rose oracle card. That was like not in the books. I was just going to take the oracle cards that I have in the side, but you know what, we go where the spirit takes us. That's very important for us here. I'm seeing these cards for you. Sophia, divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, and destiny. I feel like without making it too complicated, without making it about a religion or a deity or a god, just tap in with your inner wisdom. It will teach you how to preserve this what do I say, this project that you may have begun, this project, or perhaps for someone it feels like you have started a psychic awakening all over again, and you have to keep going on this journey. And the more you look towards wisdom, towards inner wisdom, the better you will be at preserving it. If your intuition is telling you to go towards certain books, then please do that, because I just had a flash of visions of books, and these are not books you are getting recommended on YouTube or etc. It's like you're going to a library with ancient books, and I'm seeing someone do that, go to a library with books, and then you just sort of let your intuition guide you to a particular rack of books, and then you pick a random book on alchemy. For some reason I'm seeing the pentagram, I'm seeing a red cover book, I'm seeing a golden pentagram, and it has cartomancy written on it. So maybe somebody is actually learning about cartomancy and cards and stuff like that. We have Eastern cottonwood. Yeah, somebody is learning about the ancient ways of native cultures, Native American culture, or your own indigenous culture. That's what you're doing out here. And completely different with this group. Intuition is going to take over everything, and that's really necessary. But at this point, it's also important that you practice a certain level of protection. Yeah, certain level of spiritual protection is very necessary, very, very needed for this group. Let us see more. There is Ongini Pada with 61 Ongini Pada. Ongini Pada actually sort of stays in this unification of energies, you know, the divine masculine and feminine energy meeting together, etc., etc. You know, one second, I'm getting something here that I need to tap. Okay, so some of you might not believe it, and that's fine. You don't have to believe everything you hear on the internet. That's healthy. But however, that's what I'm seeing with Ongini Pad, that after you're reading these books or thinking on these meditative, you know, subjects, these ancient religions and philosophy, when you're thinking on all of that, you're sort of going back, and like I see you retreating, closing your eyes, and immediately as you close your eyes, and you don't even realize it, but your consciousness is lifted into a what seems like a divine cosmic school where gods themselves teach the knowledge of heavens. And this sounds so strange, because you know, what is heaven and what are gods, you know, those are big questions. But these are the big questions that you are getting answers to, you know, when you're sleeping, essentially taking a lot of information from the external world, and then sleeping and putting that in your subconscious mind, and then your subconscious is taking it to your crown, and Mother Earth is also there present, and you're integrating this information and getting it on a practical level to see how all of it fits into the image of Earth that we have today, of human beings that we have today. So that's what I'm seeing here for you. Then we have 16 stars. Kind of want to put it under the star here. Excuse me. I wonder if this is possible. Okay, never mind. Okay, so we have 16 stars, which is 7, and we have 61 stars, sorry, Ongini Pad, which is 7, 6, 1 and 16 mirror numbers. When I see 7 mirroring itself, then it does talk about a lot of spiritual expansion. It also talks about a person, an individual who is extremely surrounded by love, because they emit a lot of love. You could have the general energy of number 7 around you, which is that of number 7 gives a lot of love and a lot of their energy to people. It just keeps giving, and people don't tend to notice it. They don't tend to notice it and appreciate it, and as a matter of fact, at times they even confuse it and don't recognize it. They confuse it with their selflessness with selfishness. There's so much misunderstanding that happens in the life of a number 7. Like if they're trying to guide someone, they will be labeled bossy. If they're trying to be independent, they will be called stubborn or too strong-headed, like something like that. So for them, there's a lot of like negative interpretation. But honestly, number 7 is one of the most beautiful, giving, kind, gentle, philosophical, very, very learned, very, very profoundly loving souls stay in the energy of the number 7. So it's very, very beautiful that that's there, because it also shows, that you're connected with the earth star chakra, then the soul star chakra. So you're bringing in the wisdom of the heavens and of the earth together, and you're bringing in where you're bringing it inside of your own body. And with the stars card here, this one, and the octopus, there's the octopus, there's stars, and then it what looks like a chandelier and everything, and there's definitely glass in that picture, and you can't see it of course, but there's glass there. But it seems to me that you are getting some divine tools through which you can look at the world. It's like a divine telescope or a divine microscope, and it just gives you this entirely new view of the world. And this might take some time to sort of fit in the general practical way of earth, but you'll do it, is what I want to say. Yeah, you'll do it. Group number 1, visible, vibrational, visibility, highly magnetic. Shine your light brightly, be a lighthouse for your good to come to you with ease. I feel like you already are this way. I feel like you sort of just teach people how to do this, how to be this. Yeah, sort of. That's what I feel like. Kind of want to put these 2 cards in alignment. I think, this feeling is growing stronger. Like the energy that I'm tapping into is sort of increasing, where I just feel like this group keeps it's like you continuously are lighting other people's candles and are not lighting your own, and I wonder why that is. You know what, let me just get tarot to answer that. Why is it that group number 1 keeps lighting other people's candles and not their own? Is it part of your soul contract? Is it because you couldn't receive properly because of a wound that you have from your childhood, your teenage, etc. Look, it's possible for you here that there's a sibling involved, or people involved in your family who overlooked you for someone else, and you learned to overlook yourself as well. You always learned to see the good qualities in others, and now you struggle to see the good qualities inside of you. That's what it feels like. But let us just keep getting more cards and figure out what this is. Okay, let's take all of these. I've gotten extremely thin. That's kind of strange. Anyway, 3 of Wands, 6 of Swords, and then we have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like this group, you don't get time off for your own self, group number 1. You don't get time off for yourself to focus entirely, completely, totally on yourself. I feel like this group might just be like, no, but I have a lot of time to myself. I just don't utilize it properly, or I just don't do this or that. You're very self-critical, and you need to stop doing that, because you're actually capable of managing trauma. Okay, this is going to sound so ill-informed on my side, but you can manage trauma very well, not in the sense that there's a lot of unprocessed trauma sitting inside of you, but quite quite the opposite. Like, you can process trauma super fast, faster than most people, but that doesn't mean that you don't need time. You still need, like, if others need, okay, wait 1 second. If others need like 6 months or something, you might need 6 weeks, but you still need to somehow get those 6 weeks. And trust me, 6 weeks is a very small time to process any kind of trauma. It usually takes at least minimum 3 months, minimum, and well, I said that with a lot of surety, but I believe you can prove me wrong, group number 1, and you have that capacity, but you have to be able to cut off anything that doesn't serve you. It doesn't have to be toxic, it doesn't have to be negative, it just doesn't serve you. It just doesn't, you have to be able to do that. We have the 9 of Wands and we have the 5 of Swords. Yeah, I feel like there's so much noise around you that you just keep fighting off on a daily basis. It's not even about, people who don't match your ideals or stuff like that. It could be that. I'm not saying that it's not that, but it could be that. But it's more than that. It's just in general people who don't understand what you want in life, who don't understand what's your priority, what's important to you, and you're continuously having to adjust to them, and they don't reciprocate. They don't do the same for you. That's what I feel. So you got to cut these people off, and I generally don't sort of like ask people to cut off anyone entirely, because that's kind of really, we all stay connected no matter we want to or not, but we can always set boundaries, we can always have protection bubbles, and in the physical space we can definitely create some distance between ourselves and the people who are coming between us and our next highest reality. Maybe your next highest reality means having, passing the bar examination I don't know, or saving enough money so that you can go to have a certain trip in a certain country. But if you're with certain people, you always end up overspending, and there's just some boundaries that need to be set so that your money is safe, your space is safe, etc. And that's highly possible that's not happening with you. But let's keep going. That's what we do here. We keep going. We have the 4 of Swords. See, that's what I'm talking about. You need rest from the constant figuring things out on my own, for myself, and for others. That's the energy that you have, and yeah, we need a break from that. We have the Queen of Cups. Look at that. It gets instantly better. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the High Priestess. Because obviously, like, when you take time off for yourself, you're going to instantly connect with your beautiful, beautiful intuition, and right now, oh my, and look at the back of the deck, we have the King of Cups, and I'm going to keep it here. I was so scared actually to take the card at the back of the deck. I was like, the energy is so precise and so beautiful, and you deserve this energy, by the way, and I'll have to I don't know how to convince you, but please be convinced, group number 1. You deserve space, you deserve time, you deserve to focus on what matters to you, because you're not going to do it for your entire lifetime. You're going to focus on yourself fiercely for 6 weeks or 6 months, and after that you will continue to go back to society and provide them what they need. You are a very giving soul, but it's time to really, really create a space which is completely yours, where only you make the rules. It's very necessary. I feel the need to push it and somehow enforce it for you, but I can't do that, because about that famous thing that we all have called free will, and you'll have to exercise your free will. You'll have to let others know that you're not happy with the way things are, the way you're having to you don't have to even tell them that you're happy or not, or this or that. You just tell them that I want to rent a room maybe like 5 blocks away from you all, just for like, and you don't even have to, okay, wow, this is so strange, but for some of you here, for some people here, you're going to like rent a room or a place which is going to be yours, like maybe a studio or something, where you're going to do your work, where nobody comes to disturb you. It's going to be like your workplace, and then you're going to have, you know, your role in your home separately. That's going to be different. So you're going to have two lives, one in your home and then one in your workplace. Yeah. Then let's see that we have, okay, I do want to take these two. Let's see, we have Montezuma cypress, and can I take it here? I think I have space. Eastern cottonwood, hornbeam, and then we have date palm. I feel like with this group, I feel like this is a group of people who've never felt at home in their own family. If you've like recently gotten married or recently moved in with someone, you don't feel at home with them. Although you look like you are perfectly at home with them, you don't really feel at home with them, group number 1. And there are some adjustments you need to make in how much time you are able to give to yourself. And because there is a lot of, what I'm seeing is that you are healing, but first of all you need to apply some medication upon yourself, you know. I think I'm just repeating. I think the messages are repeating themselves, just going round in circles. Okay, let's see. Spirit, can we have something else for group number 1 here, please? We have Aradia in this. Aradia has spoken. Your inner servitude is now over. Your beliefs and dependencies are melting away. I am awakening the magic that will free you. Know that freedom begins in thoughts. How amazing is that? That is so beautiful for various reasons, because it's like, you know what? The first space that you need to create is inside your own mind. That I deserve this, to have complete control over my time. I deserve it. And you know, and I deserve to have a complete say over how I eat, what I eat, and not have even a little bit of control. It doesn't make me a bad person to not want control in my life. You know, maybe you're somebody who doesn't like even a little bit of control, and that's okay. That's okay, you know. It doesn't make you a bad person. All right. Felt that very passionately. Okay. You're still very adjusting. You still adjust to people. You're still kind and everything. You know, just because you're asking for more space for yourself doesn't take away from your virtues. Yeah. This is basic, group number 1. Okay, let's go. I'm done having fun. Iduna and Luzilu, you are being tested to take the next step into the wonderful new phase of life. You must make significant changes to your attitudes and beliefs. It's like Sri Krishna is scolding you. Krishna consciousness is coming in and saying that everything is love, and everything can also be hate. So any ignorance, any neglect that you are practicing towards yourself is also a form of hate, a form of like you're falling away from divine consciousness if you are not pouring onto yourself. Yeah. And you have to pass this test by choosing yourself. That's the only way you can pass this test, you know. So I feel that very strongly for you. Whoop! Universal spirituality. This is the final card, the last card that I'm going to take for this group. Yes, universal spirituality. Again, this does talk about the fact that you don't have to be continuously giving, kind, adjusting, making space in order to be considered spiritual, nice, ethical, deserving of God's love, etc. You don't need to do something sacrificial all the time in order to be considered, deserving of God's love. God loves you the way you are. God sacrificed themselves, their son, and the amount of sacrifice that you've made already is recognized, it's seen, and it's appreciated, and it will be duly awarded. The date palm is a card of reward, and Montezuma cypress is a card where you are adjusting against harsh circumstances. But now I feel that Spirit Sri Krishna is clearing way, Sophia, through divine wisdom. They're clearing way for you to be in this energy of the Four of Swords, which is rest after a hard time, to tap in with the High Priestess, with your emotions, with your intuition, to be in the King of Cups, where you exercise complete control over your emotions. Nobody affects your emotions except you yourself. And you're getting divine wisdom from God right now as to how this will come into fruition. And with law of continuity, Trinity, law of compensation, like I said, I feel like you're completely connected with preserving your peace of mind and preserving a certain project or a certain passion that you have begun, or a certain seed that has been planted in your mind. Okay, that is, I'm going to quickly take some marbles and end it with this. Okay, so first thing that I can see here is, all right, so yeah, there's some like sort of fears that are definitely coming in from your childhood, etc. If you're wondering which trauma should I start with, source is saying that you should start with something that happened in your childhood, like actual childhood, that is like, this is like 5th grade, 6th grade, being bullied by siblings or your parents or something, and there's a level of forgiveness that you have to practice, but at the same time, do not overdo it. Do not try to forgive someone if it is not happening on its own, if it's not happening easily. Do not force it upon yourself. Don't force yourself to forgive someone. Yeah, that's one big message that also there's a lot of like kind of remembering what you used to love about yourself always. There are certain things that about yourself that you seem to have forgotten, that you used to love about yourself, but you sort of like, maybe hobbies like painting, like being artistic, etc. You know you still have that, but you don't take time to enjoy it the way you used to. You know, you don't take time to, let's say you used to paint, but you don't take time to paint the way you used to paint, or something along that line. You know, I'm going to leave the messages here because I feel the energy going away on its own. So taking the energy. Anyway, I always send back the energy to the groups, but it's all yours. This beautiful, amazing, peaceful, serene energy. And thank you for being here with me. If you liked what I said here, I would really appreciate it if you could like my video, if you could comment, because you know I live for your comments, and subscribe if you're interested in similar content. And if you feel somebody can benefit from a video, you could even share. So like, comment, share, subscribe, any of that really helps my channel. And until then, namaste. I will see you. My landlord started praying. Hello group number 2, Namaste, welcome to Himalaya Spirit Tarot. I am Janika, your tarot card reader and your medium. And today we are bringing in messages from Sri Krishna, the Krishna consciousness, right? Also, thank you to everybody for sticking through with me, I guess. Yes, that's very important because, you know, I did not know where my channel would go in the long term, but my channel is doing quite well, and that's only because you all engage with it. You like it, you comment, you share your experience, and that's the reason, you know, my channel continues to, you know, exist. So thank you so much for that. All right, so let's start with your oracle cards. I'm going to start with the circle, yeah, the circular ones first. We have Pisces. This is going to be very interesting. I was thinking about Pisces a lot today. Let's see, you know, universal compassion as well as universal abundance. You know, Pisces has this thing where everything for it has to be universal. Why? Because it's a sign that deals with infinity. It's a sign that deals with the God particle. You know, it's where we tend to find God, but at the same time tend to lose our connection with God as well, because Pisces is a placement where we can overcomplicate things. It's a placement where we can, sort of, in trying to find the needle in the haystack, we miss the entire everything else that's actually going on around us. That's all we do. We try to find the needle in the haystack, and all the other haystacks, we just miss out on them, that's what I feel has happened for this group as well. But there's been this very laser focus on spirituality and finding God and being good and merciful and expanding spiritually as well, and finding answers through God. And there has been some sort of like a way in which it seems the way spirituality was till now, it is working for you, but there have to be some stern decisions that you need to take about how you're going to practice spirituality further on, especially not letting anyone outside of yourself dictate how you practice spirituality, how you practice your beliefs, etc. For instance, when you get initiated into a practice, like let's say it's Tantra Vidya, any form of occult, and you get initiated, you always usually have a mentor, a guide, and you're supposed to strictly follow them. But for this group, I feel like somewhere or the other you might not want to follow them. Somewhere or the other you might want to bring in your own element. You want to bring in your own personality, your own character into this particular thing. Now, it doesn't have to be spiritual. It can be, for someone, it can be a fashion project. For others, it can be a mechanical engineering project or something of that sort. But your own personality needs to shine through, come through, is what I feel. We have birds, 12. Beautiful. I really love this card for you, because that's what I feel like for you, that there has to be some sort of like a setting free of yourself, a setting free of this is the way I find God, this is the way I find liberation, this is the way I feel enlightened. Some of this has been defined by other people around you, and it doesn't sit well with your inner knowledge, and you need to let that part go and be like, yeah, I will redefine it for myself. I will redefine how much money can make me happy. Maybe it's more than what people expect, maybe it's less, it doesn't matter. So it could be money, and it could be love. You could decide that I want to be in a polygamous relationship, and you actually find a polyamorous partner for yourself. It could be anything. Altogether, this is setting you free. This is you breaking the glass ceiling that others have put there for you. And Pisces is supposed to do that. Pisces, in the end, breaks that whole obsession with the ocean of knowledge, which is God. It breaks free from it and decides on its own experience of life, and determines by its own existence that just because I am, God is there, and I don't need proof and more proof. That's what Pisces does. It is supposed to bring in a lot more of its individuality, and that's why Pisces is, it's in not opposition, but yes, it's in mirror to the sign of Virgo, which is like very earthly, which is concerned with practical things, with physicality of things in a lot of ways. And Pisces is very abstract, and Virgo is very, very physical, in a lot of ways. And I guess that's the balancing that happens, because Virgo becomes extremely detail oriented, because it is like, I will find God through some form of formula, or like a sacred geometrical pattern, or something of that sort. And then Pisces comes in and says that no, you might not, you might never find a sacred geometric pattern which opens a portal and takes you to God. You might just have to imagine it. And then Virgo goes to Pisces and sort of explains the other thing, that everything is not just, you can't just hope and imagine and live in faith entirely. You have to define things for yourself, that just studying my, I don't know, first year, give me a subject, first year psychology books. That can be an expression of God, that can be an experience of God. That's what Virgo teaches Pisces, and Pisces also teaches Virgo to not get obsessed with perfecting psychology, to allowing imagination play. So wow, loads of messages that just came through right there. We have 31 Haipada. Interesting. Why do I say interesting? Why? Because, well, Haipada, the yogini here, is actually the equivalent to the energy of the sun. She is equivalent to the energy of the sun. She drives the sun at night. At night, she is the charioteer of the sun. When we can't see it, the sun is still traveling around the earth, and Haipada is the yogini who obviously takes on the chariot. And that talks a lot about taking your own soul through this dark night of the soul. You can't be scared of your own decisions. You can't be scared of taking your own decisions. Group number 2, that feels like a big message here, that you are supposed to fall down, make mistakes, and lose touch with God, and then reconnect with God all over again. And it doesn't make you a bad person. This entire process of connection, reconnection, disconnection, it doesn't make you a bad person, or it doesn't define. It does not define. It defines your progress, yes, but it doesn't make it negative in any way. It's very positive. You have been growing consistently, constantly, and if there's some sort of external pressure that you feel spiritually, financially, then I feel that pressure needs to be taken off of you, and I don't think it's going to serve you in the long run anyway. It's not going to lead to anything productive and good. Heart sentience, higher knowing. You are a vibrational recognizer. Instantly know what path to take from neutrality and inner authority. Okay, I'm going to place this one here. So we do have the idea of neutrality and inner authority showing up again. I'm thinking I'll take this here and use this place to perhaps get tarot cards. Yeah. So so this much is clear for you, group number 2, that it is extremely important for you to take charge of the situation, to redefine the situation in your own terms, in your own words. And it is also important for you to cut off from excessive fantasizing and to be practical. It is an act of balancing, which is life. Life is an act of balancing, and for everyone, not just for you. Pisces, you will do it with Virgo. Gemini, you will do it with Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius, you will do it with Gemini energy. And Cancer, you will do it with Capricorn energy. Capricorn, you will do it with Cancer energy. That's just zodiacal explanation of it, but there's simpler ways to put it as well, you know. I feel like you already internally know what you need to bring back into balance, and I feel for a large number of people, you need to assert yourself more, bring in your inner authority more than you do, in order to ensure that you are progressing the way you want to progress, you know. Okay, let's just take more cards here. I don't want to. Okay, three cards. We have Coast Redwood. Okay, when I touch this card, you know, I immediately sense this your soul sort of just pushing in and saying that I know what is supposed to be done in this situation. I know I'm supposed to take control of the situation. Your soul is a very leader kind of soul. It is a soul that has leadership qualities, and it likes leadership. As a matter of fact, it likes to take lead on things, and it's time for you to do that. We have Holly. Okay, so this could be directly a reference to something happening around Christmas for you. Yeah, that could surely be there. And we have Sugar Maple. This group, I feel angels and guides sending you a lot of love, as well as a lot of independence in your own path. I just keep hearing the same thing again and again, that independence, you need more independence in your own path. You need, And that was very similar. That's very similar to group number 1. So you can check that out if you're interested. But if not so, then this energy is definitely different. So you don't have to check out too many messages and confuse yourself. You don't have to listen to too many people and confuse yourself with their opinion of things. And you know what? And you don't have to. You're not in charge of finding out spiritual mysteries for anyone, and even for yourself. You can just exist and allow the answers to come to you. It is usually in silence and in surrender, when we are not looking for answers, that answers sort of come to us. And that has been the teaching of many great teachers, that it is not from seeking but from being sought that answers reach us. We don't reach them, essentially. They find us, they reach us. And the right answer at the right time. For instance, this reading at this time, you might hate it, and that's exactly what you might need at this point, to hate this reading, find it irrelevant or stupid. That's exactly what you need, and it found you in that energy form. For others, if this reading resonates, then that's exactly what you needed for it to resonate. And you just sat back and let YouTube do its work for you. And I think that can apply to different other things in your life as well. You can let go, you can be let loose, you can live in your free nature, because you're not in the cages anymore. You're not in the cage there anymore. You're free. The bird is free now. Yeah. So and you have to learn that. You have to learn to step out of the cage. The anointed, leadership, empowerment, soul gifts. Yeah, I do feel like certain soul gifts being activated for this group. I feel like, there might be a certain restlessness in your heart right now, in your heart, your mind. There could be a restlessness, and this might be coming from, what do I feel here? I feel it's definitely some form of activation of gifts, and again, maybe activation of something in your Pisces, activation of your spirituality that has taken place. It's making you restless and more eager to find out the ultimate truth, the ultimate reality, and you're not happy with what your progress is, or where you're at, or what you found out so far, and you're like, no, this isn't the answer, I need something else, or this isn't enough, I need more. But there's a need to settle down and just be like, yeah, no, this is enough. Even if this is the answer to everything, and I worked so hard for, let's say, I put in 100% to get back 40%, that's okay. That's okay. I just feel that for this group, as soon as you're like, okay, fine, you know what, that's okay, I'm okay, I'm cool, I'm not going to take an issue with it. As soon as you do that, something is going to change in your energetic field. Answer the call, leadership, empowerment, soul gifts. I feel like that's when the answer rushes to you. Something happens magically. Let us see more. I'm not asking you to accept ill treatment, okay? This is strictly in relation to spiritual seeking. I'm not saying if you've put in 100% in a relationship and your partner is not giving you 40% back, just settle for it. No, that's abuse, that's unfair, that's wrong. Anybody doing that to you is unfair. Any member of your family. I'm talking about any pursuit, as in a passion, a hobby, like you're putting in 100% towards your fashion designing dream. I'm taking the example of fashion designing a lot, I don't know why, but anyway, that's what you're doing. You're putting in 100%, and maybe the results that you got back are 25%, and you just need to take a deep breath in and out and be like, you know what, fine, if that's what I'm going to get, then that's what I'm going to get. I'm not going to resist it. It's so tiring to resist it, because I feel that it's so tiring to just resist all the time, to just keep fighting and fighting and fighting. It's tiring. We have Sun God and Esra. Free yourself from lies and deception and live your truth. Shine in your own light. Other people's truths are of no use to you. It's so interesting because we have the Sun God and we also have the Yogini of the Sun God here. It's beautiful. I'm going to take another dragon for you. And the message is this, that yes, you need to free yourself from lies and deception, because maybe a lot of what you have been expecting from your life, you never set the standards for that. Other people did. And you could have been happier with lesser or more, or maybe you never got the chance to define your own life. And that's why the results are so absurd and inconsistent, because you never had control. And when you let go of the shitty situation, you can start a new situation which will be flawless and pure and perfect. And that's highly possible for you. And it's not like you're starting from scratch with all the experience you have. You're starting from a very good place, and you're letting go of this faulty foundation that's not letting your building stick for some reason. That's what I see and feel. We have Mother Earth and Rita. All things are interconnected. Feel the deep peace and sense of connection that results from this knowledge. All things are interconnected. Even this pain, this sorrow, this suffering, it has a reason. It has something to give you. It has something to teach you or offer you. I know this sounds like a whole lot of BS when you're going through pain, when you're going through all of that. And you're allowed to feel angry. And you know what? It's better that you feel angry. It's better that you feel the rage and the certain level of, I would like to say, there is a certain level of deception, pain, and disappointment that comes in spiritual seeking. And until we go through that deception, we go through that, oh my God, it was never what spirituality, God, religion, it was never what I thought it was. And it can apply to anything else. I'm just taking spirituality here because it feels like a major theme. So it comes with disappointment. Everything does. And once we make peace with that disappointment, we can move ahead. We can move forward. Yeah. Let me just take some tarot cards for you. Okay. Wanted to keep the reading short, but once I start doing this, there's no shortening for me. Look, oh my God, look, we have beautiful cards for you. We have 6 of Wands. I'm gonna take this a little higher up. Everything in place. Whoop. Whoop. Okay. 6 of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune. Death. Wow. Okay. And Judgment. See, this is the thing. The thing is, you had a very good run, okay? You did your best, but look at that. In a way, you were handicapped. In a way, you were crippled. In a way, you were not allowed to give your best performance. In a way, life, circumstance, people, maybe your own physical body held you back. And now it's time to pick something or choose something where there are no handicaps. Or maybe your body is actually healing and you're supposed to surrender for a time being so that your body can heal, so that next time when you get up and fight whatever it is that you're fighting, this competition, this race, and you fight that, then the next time you do it, you're going to perform so much better and more. But for that, it has to end, and the judgment will be in your favor. Look, Magician, immediately, look at that. You're going to be the magician of what you want to be in life, of what you want to create. You're going to have exactly that. You don't have to sacrifice or compromise or adjust or, make peace again. You just have to make peace right now. It's so contradictory, isn't it? It's so silly even. But again, I keep hearing your guide saying that if you're feeling angry about it, feel angry. If you're feeling angry at us, be angry at us. If you're mad at us and disappointed and afraid and scared, feel all of that. You're not supposed to just constantly, be in, oh yeah, I'm grateful and I'm happy and don't force it upon yourself. Let things flow, because then the natural purity of these emotions will be restored inside of you, because at your core you are a beautiful being, Yeah, that's the thing. We have the Fool card. Are you kidding me? That's so beautiful. That's what I'm telling you. You're going to magically start all over again. And I feel this beautiful connection, group number 2, where I feel so connected with God all of a sudden, as if like God Mother God, Father God, they've come together and they're cradling me, and I've given in, and I'm not scared of being a child in front of them. I'm not scared of being stupid. I'm not scared of, like, what if I ask God a stupid question? Do I need to be intelligent in front of God? How do I need to behave in front of, like, none of that. All of those shackles on a very subconscious level that I didn't even think I was thinking. You know, there are things that I didn't even think I was thinking. Like, how do I explain? It's like somewhere or the other, what I feel in this energy is like somewhere or the other, I had a certain expectation from myself. Like, when I meet God, I will ask God this, and then they will be proud of me, and that's how things will happen. And I'm letting it all go. I'm letting all the ideas go, and I'm like, I don't even know what's going to happen and what God is going to look like and what I am going to look like, but I know I'm going to be just fine, and I don't need any more context. You know what I'm saying? I think you know what I'm saying. We have the Nine of Wands. We had this in group number 1, again, if you're interested. And then we have the Tower card. Yeah, see, there is definitely like this crumbling of old patterns, old things in a lot of ways that's happening here. Like the Magician and the Fool energy, it is not happening until the old idea, old belief collapses, you know. Yes. Free yourself from lies and deception and live your truth. And your truth can be anything. In your truth, pineapple can be good on pizza or something else like that, you know. Everything is interconnected. Everything is interconnected. It really is. We have the Nine of Swords. Don't worry, okay? Don't worry. It's not... Nine of Swords is not a bad energy, because this energy, when it's leaving you, of course, it's an energy where you've been stuck in for a long time, where you've been beating your head over something, you've been depressed and you don't know where the source of this is from. And the source of it is from continuously being on your best behavior all the time. It's got you tired, it's got you exhausted, you know, because it's like, if I behave this bad in a bad way, God will be angry at you. And angels and spirit guides are like, no, we won't be angry. Just release it. If you're angry, frustrated, you want to do something quote unquote bad, do it. It's fine. It's fine. We'll cover it up. We'll find a way to fix things for you. You will find a way back to us. We'll show you the way back to us. So don't worry. You're not at all away from God. We have a Page of Wands. Yeah, you know what? This is what I feel like for you. That this Page of Wands energy, this childlike energy of, you know, the fire energy in its more childlike state is so volatile. It is ready to destroy, disrupt, create a little bit of chaos, but it's childlike. It doesn't harm anything. It just causes a little bit of disruption, that's all. It doesn't cause like a permanent damage, you know. And I don't think you're capable of causing permanent damage, group number 2. But you know better. If you're sitting somewhere and you're planning an airstrike on something, then I don't know what you're doing on my channel. Okay. If you're planning something like hurting someone, etc., then this is not a confirmation for that, obviously. But I know that what you're planning is not going to hurt someone the way you think it is. You might think that, oh, my brother-in-law will never forgive me for this. I'm telling you, they will. They might just be, if you take a reckless decision, maybe they'll be like, oh, well, we didn't expect that from you. But, well, you know, they'll come around and you'll go back to them, and honestly, nobody's supposed to expect too much from you anyway. What you're going to do is essentially harmless, and it's not taking you away from God, okay? And we have the Empress. Yeah, I feel like, you know, with the Empress card, it's not just your energy. I feel like this is the energy of Mother Goddess, and this could be Sri Radhe for so many of us who are connected with, you know, Sri Krishna, Sri Radhe. Then it could be Sri Radhe herself who's clearing the way for you, because for her, everything is love, nothing is less than love, and everything is interconnected, everything has a reason, everything has a purpose, everything is aligned. You know, there's no room for negativity in her life. So she's doing the exact same for you, removing any concept of anything negative that might still be haunting your mind, that, hey, this is negative and I shouldn't do it, etc., etc. You know, she's definitely getting rid of that. We have 2 more cards that have shown up for you. We have lineage of the rose, moved by the goddess, here for this, soul call, God gather. Yeah, there is some strong connection that you have with the divine feminine here. The rose thread, inner call, soul led the mystic, living courageously. Yes, look, that's what I'm saying. See, what you're going to do, it might be rebellious in nature. It might be a little out of the box in nature. And it's going to be fun, and it's going to be worth it. And it's going to take you places that are going to lead to such amazing soul evolution. Answer the call, leadership, empowerment, soul gifts. You're going to unlock so much in terms of spirituality for you that was somehow not getting unlocked before. Sorry, group number 2, I forgot to take marbles for you. So let's do that. Okay, so first of all, there is a lot of information, like I said, like we figured out earlier, there is a lot of information that is coming in from the higher realms. But there is a strong emphasis on you noting it down, writing it down, and actually speaking it out loud, because there are certain affirmations that God is going to guide you towards saying and speaking. Oh my, the light just flickered away like that. Yes, so these are affirmations that you're supposed to say, and don't make a mistake, as in like don't neglect it, don't ignore the affirmations. They will help you, heal you greatly. Please try to speak them out loud. That really changes frequency, speaking things out. And they are actually going to lead to a lot of heart healing for you, because I see like a wounded heart here, and this wounded heart has affected your capacity to work, as in put in the kind of work, the quality of work that you like to put in is being affected, the kind of work you want to do is being affected, and this is all happening from this wounded heart here. And all these affirmations that you're going to get, they're going to heal you, because this wounding has happened, as I can see here, it's happened from a very, very young age. It has happened from, I'm seeing this as like maybe when you were in the womb of your mother. Yeah, it's definitely going as earlier as that. Certain things that were said when you were in the womb affected you as well. So it will be on a deep unconscious level. That's why you're supposed to just let it go and let God take over entirely, and just follow messages and intuition and angel numbers and signs and synchronicities. Just follow the breadcrumbs like that. And your root chakra is very, very closely connected with source right now, meaning to say that this is kind of like perfecting a situation. There is something on the earth realm that you are going to perfect, the art of living. They are saying it's the art of living on earth that you're going to master and perfect in the coming, I'm getting 7 months, 7, 8, 7, the numbers 7, and which 7 interestingly repeated itself in group number 1 again. So yes, if you're called to that, you can look at that as well. All right, group number 2, namaste, I will see you. All right, group number 2, this is what I have for you. We take all this energy and we kind of give it back, and any which way I make sure that all your energy is sent back to you, and it's sent back to the universe. And we thank the spirit guides, ancestors, angels, as well as divine mothers and fathers, divine father, divine mother, everybody for helping us out in this reading. And if you liked what I said here, I would really, really appreciate it if you could like the video, if you could comment your experience, because that's my favorite part, like I always say. And you can subscribe if you want similar readings, and you can share if you feel someone can benefit from my reading. So like, share, subscribe, comment, any of that really, really, really helps my channel. Other than that, it was so lovely to do this reading for you, group number 2. Until then, namaste, and I will see you. Bye. Hi, group number 3, namaste. Welcome to Himalaya Spirit Tarot. I am Janaka, your tarot card reader and your medium. Today, we are bringing in messages from Sri Krishna and the Krishna consciousness. There are different levels of consciousness. I've talked about it briefly in the introduction in case you're interested. But either way, it's not going to affect the quality of the messages that we are going to get here. Something about this group is very, very different, is what I keep hearing in a lot of ways, and feeling more than hearing really, is what I feel that this group is special. There's something unique and different about this group. It is about something is unique and different about all of us, but it's going to take this reading is going to be special. It's going to be different is what I feel. But you know what, let's just go ahead, and I don't even know how many people are going to watch this video because I post in all these longer gaps. I'm thinking of making more frequent videos now. Let us take your cards. We have Universal Harmony. Oh my god, that is such a beautiful card. And I just saw somebody's DNA changing. Does somebody have an autoimmune disease or something like that? Because my own my own DNA felt like it was changing. I felt like it was my own DNA that's changing, and I have an autoimmune disease. Anyway, yeah, let's keep going. Universal Harmony, Law of Karma. Let me see this closely for a while. Universal Harmony, Law of Karma, and Law of Transmutation. Gosh, this is so beautiful. Group number 3. Right, I was going to say group number 1. There is not a connection here, not yet. I can't feel it. That was just my mistake. I keep forgetting the group. 1 second. Okay. There is something inside of your, I would like to say, solar plexus. And to make it simpler, it is your working capacity, your potential to work. And it's like there's some sort of a it's like spirit has had to keep you so protected that you've not been given the right environment to work, the right place to work, the right situation to work, and the right people to collaborate with, because in a way you are so prone to energy attacks, so prone that you need a lot of protection. And a part of that protection was spirit keeping you in hiding and not giving you the right situations to work in, you know. But that is changing entirely. Something has happened very recently where spirit, angels, ancestors have seen that you are ready to step into the role of higher power and take up something more active, where you can place yourself outside in the world. Maybe you have actually been consistent with a certain spiritual practice, or let's say cleansing, etc., and you have always been consistent with it, and now your ancestors are letting it pass. And it's also possible that some sort of, you know, with the law of karma and the law of transmutation, I strongly feel that in the spiritual realm, it's possible that some light energies and some dark energies coming from your own family were stopping you and putting hurdles in your way. And this is changing. This is going away now for group number 3. That's what I feel. And that's very interesting, because this actually makes your reading very, very different, because until now everything was very abstract, spiritual. It was all very, very like, you know, philosophical, and this is quite down to earth tantric, I would like to say. I'm not saying that there's black magic involved here, but there's something very corporeal here. Okay, let's keep moving. Yeah. It's like you've broken through some form of a shell here, or you're supposed to break through it. But you know what? We'll keep getting more information. There's the harmony, law of karma, law of transmutation. It's like you're ready to cause a little bit of disharmony in order to live the life of your dreams, because you can't stay protected forever. And that's something you're telling your spirit team as well, that I can't stay protected forever and I need to go out there, you know. Yeah. All right. And this has been a theme in the 3 readings, all the 3 groups. They are breaking certain ceilings. They are doing something chaotic. They are doing something they haven't done before. Let me take these 2. Actually, you know what? I'm just being called to take 1 for now. Let's do that. We have ginkgo. Yeah, this definitely goes back to your ancestors. You know, something has happened here with your ancestors not being in alignment with each other. There being some sort of family issue, and that energy having affected you, and your angels are clearing it. These could especially be angels from like when we talk about figures like Sri Krishna, these are very ancient energies, like extremely ancient. And then if we talk about the energy of Sri Ram, the Ra frequency, although all frequencies have always been here, we've always been here really. We've never been anywhere else, we've just been here and not here at the same time. But anyway, if we still want to put it in the terms of human time measurement, then Krishna's frequency is like, it's very, very ancient. So I feel like it is very ancient ancestors who are stepping in, like to solve the matter. It's like the ancestors who are fighting are maybe from 400 years ago, but the ancestors who are solving things for you, they are like 5,000 6,000 years back in the past, and they're really helping you out. So it would be great if you could leave out some offerings for them, or just say your prayers to them. That would be very helpful. Yes, we have source union, divine connection, embody higher consciousness, master applying source energy by creating your deepest desires. Master applying source energy by creating your deepest desires. I don't know what this means, to be honest. What does this mean? Okay, so from what I can tap into intuitively out here, when I tap into the energy of it, what it feels like immediately is that for a very long time, many of your family members have compromised so much on their creative capacities, as well as their entrepreneurial, is that a word? I hope that's a word. But their capacity to have some form of their own foundation outside, to have money making, to create their own money, and somewhere or the other in your family, either the mother or the father has given into a more of a submissive position, and that has been a trend, and it's like the darker energies would like you to follow that trend and become submissive to everything around you, and follow the trend, to become a sheep. But you've had a very strong desire from the time you decided to come on earth. You've decided that you're going to break free of that, and you're not just break free, it's not so much about breaking free as about showing the shadow that you can't touch me, because this shadow is that I see it touching multiple people in your family, and you've sort of taken this challenge where you've been like, no, this shadow will not touch me. And that has required a lot of protection for you. But now you've learned how to stay protected, but work in the toxic environment at the same time, because something around you is toxic. Let's keep moving. We have Anchor 35. Yeah, you're supposed to really like tune in to this particular period of your life, I would like to say. Yeah, because the thing is that there is some major expansions, there's just some physical changes, etc., that are happening to your body. Okay, look, I'm going to take this and place it here. We have Angini Nuna out here, and I'm going to come back to it later because I'm being asked to talk about the anchor energy first, okay? And so that's what I'm going to do. So the anchor energy really is it's that of knowing full well that what you're going to do, it involves risks, right? But at the same time, you have a safety net, and really relying on that, and really expecting that from source, from God, from angels and guides to come to your rescue. You can expect them to do that for you. You can have certain expectations from them. That's the energy that I sort of like feel out here with the anchor card that comes in, that you're supposed to anchor in on them. You're supposed to have a much more stronger connection with your spirit guides. You're supposed to have much more a trustful, you're supposed to have so much more trust on them, so much more trust in them, yeah, much more than you have right now. We have Linden, which is Mother Goddess showing up. In a lot of ways, I see the Linden card as Mother Goddess. And I do feel that in this way, Mother Goddess is sort of coming in and saying that, you know what, I got your back, don't worry about it. we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. I definitely do feel that that's something that Mother Goddess could be saying here. And then we have sugar maple. Yeah, you're changing, you're shedding leaves, you're changing, seasons are changing, the way you're going to live life is going to change. You're possibly going to do something that raises a couple of eyebrows in your family, and really it will sort of irritate this shadow of yours. This shadow, not yours, but this shadow that seems to be affecting multiple people in your family and around you, and the shadow is going to have this attack on you, to attack you in some form. But with the Agni Nuna card here, Mother Goddess is going to come in like a lightning bolt, like quite literally. And when I say literally, I mean an actual feminine figure could be of great significance in your life right now. It could be an old aunt, a distant cousin, I don't know, it could even be a healer, a medium who comes to your rescue. Probably a female, because I see female, but at the same time, they could just be the embodiment of feminine energy. They could be the learner of tantric arts which involve the Mother Goddess, something along that line. Or they could be a priest who work heavily with the energy of Mother Mary, anything of that sort. But there's a lot of feminine influence that's coming in here, which is very protective, which is very which is focused on evolution, which is focused on defeating the shadow, because defeating the shadow is how we evolve, is what I hear in my mind, right? So defeating the shadow is how we evolve. Let us see more on Agni Nuna with some tarot cards over here. Right. Okay, nothing specific as such. Let's keep. Okay, thank you. And anything else? I think this one and this one. Okay, and this one. And these two want to come out, so we'll take these two as well. Whoop. Okay, that's good. Looks good. These are my latest, most favorite cards. Tarot cards, yeah. I love them pretty much. I use them quite a lot. Anyway. Okay, one second. Right, so I had to stand up because I'm going through a flare. Like, you know what? I'll tell you about my sickness some other day. Anyway, so we have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Cups. Interesting. Want to see where this is going. And we have the Seven of Swords. The number 7 has been repeating itself in the readings in general. And I'm happy to see it, because I had a certain level of like anger at number 7. But recently I made my peace with the number 7. Anyway, so what I feel with instantly with the placement of these 3 cards. Actually, you know what? You're not. There's supposed to be somebody out here who's going to confuse you, who's sending you mixed signals. You're ready with the Six of Pentacles. You're ready to go out and show people your talent, share your gifts with people in any which way, spiritual, physical, mental, any which way. You're ready to share yourself, your experience, etc., etc. And then somebody's coming in and planting doubts inside your head. And you are also going, like, they're going one step ahead and making you think that the doubt is also your mistake. That, it's like first they come in and they say something that makes you doubt yourself, and next when you take it up and be like, what, I'm not sure of myself, I don't feel very confident, they're like, oh my god, that's your fault entirely. I don't know why you're having doubts about it, but somewhere or the other the same people have contributed to the doubt, so they really have you in a what people call gaslighting. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it feels like. A lot of gaslighting in this case. We have High Priestess. Amazing. Oh, we have the Ten of Wands immediately after that, and then we have the 5. That's what the thing is. The thing is that you have unlocked it. You've unlocked your gifts. You've unlocked your power. You've unlocked everything. With the Agni Nuna card, your Kundalini energy has been awakened. And when the Kundalini awakens, everybody around us gets affected. They really see it in us that, yeah, we've changed. And they react to it. Happy people will react to it in a happy manner. Unhappy people, sad with their own life, not understanding what that one person's progress is equal to other people's progress as well, such people will try to pull you down, and I feel like that's what's happening with you. Your energy, you look like this crown, that's exactly how I see that. Your crown is radiating all this beautiful light outside, like it's like purple and yellow light that's just coming out of it. This purple, yellow, and there's also a level of like green. It's definitely like it's like some chemistry lab kind of, like you have all these potions coming out of your energy, healing energy coming out of your body, and other people are just getting triggered by it, or something of that sort is happening here, and immediately they come and they confuse you, they fill your head with doubts, and oh, but did you check this? Oh, are you sure about this? But what about that? Well, did you check this or not? And then you're about to move, you're about to take that first step, but they come and make you doubt it, and they're like, no, not the right time to take the first step, maybe do this first or that first, or something of that sort. And even if it is not somebody else immediately outside of you, it could be the voice of someone else in your head, somebody who's no longer in your life but was in a way very controlling, manipulative, that way, but their voice could still be in your head. And for a very long time, I feel this, your spirit guides coming in very strongly, saying that for a very long time you've resisted dealing with this person, energy, this voice inside your head. You've resisted dealing with that, but you can't do that anymore, because look, even they are saying that, look, they do realize the need for protection that you have. They still know that you need protection, so they're not going to exactly let you go out and about until and unless they see that you've talked to this voice inside your head, because it's making you take decisions that are harmful for you, so that's one thing that I have, and I felt very strict right there. So I do feel that your ancestors are strict about it, in the sense that they are very definite about you moving out and making big moves, and creating milestones for yourself out there, and making a difference, really, actually living your true life, making a name for yourself the way you see it. They see you doing all of that, but they're like, no, not until you figure out this voice which keeps dragging you down. We have the rose thread, inner call, soul led, the mystic, living courageously. This card showed up in group number 2, in case you're interested in group number 2. Inner call, soul led, the mystic, living courageously. This is exactly where you're at. You are a mystic. You have become a mystic through loads of meditation and thinking and grounding yourself and shadow working and checking in with angels and spirit guides, and staying protected and learning about protection, reading texts and watching videos, informing yourself and training your everything. You've become the mystic. Now you have to live it out. But living courageously is an active thing. It's not like you do it one day and then the next day you don't have to show courage. No, sometimes, especially in the spiritual world, you've got to go out and step in with courage every single day, and then spirit naturally gives you breaks, let's see, sub rosa, hidden in plain sight, mysteries, learning and teaching. With this card, I do feel more of like what do I feel? I can feel a lot of like Kundalini energy kind of just rising a lot. It's the same thing, it's the final learning that you're going to do. Hidden in plain sight, mysteries, learning and teaching. There's something that's hidden in plain sight that's deceiving you. You're thinking it's your fault, but it's actually some sort of negative energy that's tricking you. It could be somebody's voice inside your head. It could be the house you're living in. It could be a toxic, roommate, toxic neighbor, something of that sort. A toxic family member who keeps coming back. It could be something like that as well. But it's there. And and you're going to eventually move past them. You're going to move past them, and you're going to win over them. For some reason, there's a lot of like reference to you putting up a fight and winning, and which means that there's definitely someone out there who's got a bone to pick with you. They're not exactly happy seeing you progress, and you don't blame them for that, really, but you have to understand that they are working from a place of a shadow, and it's not them you're fighting, it's the shadow that you're fighting. And you have to practice that level of detachment where you are able to see this person as separate from the shadow. Because if you see the person as the shadow, then your emotions get involved, then you're not able to put up the fight the way you can. And then that's what your spirit guides, ancestors are telling me. There's a lot of like maternal support here. Let's see, let's get some dragons for you. We have Aradhya and Nis 24. Aradhya has spoken, your inner servitude is over. Your beliefs and dependencies are melting away. Your belief, your dependency, it's melting away. I'm awakening the magic that will free you. Know that freedom begins in thoughts. This has been the theme of these readings. You know, this has been the theme of these the readings, yeah. I'd like to take one of these cards, and this also appeared in group number 1. If you're called to check out any other group, please feel free to do so. If you don't feel called to do it, then don't do it. Too many messages can be bad for us. Let's see, we have the banyan tree. Yeah, that's beautiful, because that's the thing with you. When you create whatever you're about to create, you know, it's serving the higher good of mankind, of humanity, not just mankind, planet Earth. Really, it's serving the higher good. It's going to give relief, joy, happiness, healing to multiple people. That's why the energy of Agni Nuna, Ma Agni Nuna, is so strongly out here. You know, she is that thunderbolt energy that causes the awakening. She's that snap, that's the awakening. She is the awakening, you know, because she's like that thunderbolt that shatters everything that's false. And that's exactly what's happening for you, and it has happened for a long time. It's just that it's time you start bringing it in your physical world, but something or the other steps in, something tricky, like something very slimy and slippery, sort of like just comes in, and you blame yourself for it. That's the thing with you, group 3. You blame yourself, and that's one thing that you need to stop doing. It's a shadow. It's if anything, it's some form of a devil that's there, you know, and it's taking a hold of you. And it's important to see the devil energy as a shadow, you know, a shadow separate from the human being who has it. And if the shadow is inside of you, then see yourself as separate from the shadow. The shadow has an origin somewhere else, you know, somewhere in the ancestry. So don't blame yourself, but you have, because that's the only way you'll be able to actively deal with the shadow and get rid of it, so that it doesn't keep holding you back again and again, doesn't keep you doubting yourself again and again. Yeah. All right, let's go. Taking the final 3 cards for our beautiful group number 3 here, who is on the verge to be a spiritual master. I hear you have the 4 of Cups. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's time for you to accept the 4th cup, but for some reason you are not, and the reason is inside your mind, and you need to talk to your mind. We have the 8 of Swords. Could I be more correct? Yes, so sorry. We have the 8 of Swords, and there is a mental construct that's holding you prisoner, which is not your fault, okay? If there is a mental pattern that you're stuck in, then it's not your fault. It's not you who created that pattern. It just happened, like light and shadow. It just happens, and all you have to do is figure out how to deal with the shadow and work with the light. That's it. You're not supposed to always figure out the mathematics behind it. You can always, you know, like, there's a car given to you. Sometimes you're just supposed to take the car and take it to a McDonald's or wherever you want to take it. You're not supposed to dissect and understand the mechanics behind the car. Sometimes you're just supposed to ride it. So that's what I have. Okay, so there is a celebration out here in Varanasi today called Dev Dipavali. It's a very super huge festival. Super huge. It's so huge that we are advised not to go out because the crowd is so huge. You can sometimes, I don't know, get hurt or something of that sort. So it's pretty big. So I thought that let's just channel today, you know, big event. Oh my god, this appeared twice, you know. I put this card back. I didn't want to take it, but it's back. Yeah, and this is exhausting you for sure. This is exhausting you. And back of the deck, 10 of Swords. You need to let No, 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 it's not your fault. Number one, it's not your fault. It's not you who's doing it. And look, see, the 10 of swords is going away, and inside and under that hidden we have the hermit, right? So, and this tells me a lot. It tells me that the wise sage inside of you is ready to let go of the guilt of that as well, that, oh, I am the one, because of I am my own, like I'm responsible for my own suffering. If that's the mentality you have, then it's time to let it go, because maybe, yes, you are responsible for your own suffering. A lot of us are responsible for our own suffering, but trust me, that's a construct that people feed to us, and we learn that, you know what, if we have to hold someone responsible, let's hold ourselves, because it's easy to get accountability from ourselves, but it doesn't work like that. Why? Because we treat ourselves as enemies. We hurt ourselves when we in the mentality of I am the cause of my own suffering. When we're in that loop, it leads us nowhere, and it's not even correct most of the time, because the origin of the shadow is somewhere else. That's the thing, the origin of the shadow is somewhere else. Like how we say, the light originates with God, and God is inside us, but at the same time, we're capable of experiencing the human identity and the God identity as separate. So why can't we do the same with the shadow identity, the shadow entity and the identity as well? So if you feel that you are the one responsible for it, you are not. You are not. And somehow you'll have to find a way to convince yourself that you are not responsible for your own suffering, and free yourself of the guilt, and free yourself of anybody who puts you in that mindset again. And I'll take some marbles for you. We have the heart marble, like one of the heart chakra opening up. There's a high opening of the heart chakra happening for you. Crown is opening for you. Your throat is opening for you. Source is currently sending in so much information to you through a lot of content, books. It's even the creative work, the creative searches that you have, like anything you want to cook, etc. Any creative work that you want to do, there are signs and symbols that divinity is sending you. There's also still a lot of padding around you, still a lot of protection. I see like a big angel covering you, like your back entirely, and you're fighting somebody. Like if that's what I see here in the marbles. I see you fighting someone, and the angels have literally quite literally just hovering right behind you, ready to take on anyone who hurts you. Okay, that's a beautiful formation. I kind of like it when they come together like this. Yes, but a lot of creative things that you want to do, it's time you start doing them. Do not stall them for later. I will do it when I feel like this. I'll do it when I'm more confident about it. Maybe I haven't learned enough. Maybe this is not the right time. All of this is the shadow talking, is the voice inside your head talking, and you've got to talk to that shadow and either make friends with it, because that's the best way I have dealt with my shadows. I eventually make friends with them, and they kind of do their own thing later on, but it will work out for you in your own unique, beautiful way, because you have the hermit here, and the hermit is all about discovering your own unique way of doing something, and that's exactly what you're going to do, group number 3. And that's where I will wrap this up for you, and I will take the reading, all the energy. It's quite a lot of energy actually, but it's okay, it's fine. We can still deal with that. Actually, the thing is, the energy actually does naturally go back. Sometimes I just like to touch the cords as I feel them with the tip of my hand, just to see if something else is left. But usually nothing is left, so it's fine. Oh, okay, wow. Okay, that's amazing, feels so good. Right, I feel quite energized because of the Kundalini sparks that I've sort of felt, in my, I feel so creative, and I want to do more and act more and create more projects and paint and dance and sing, and I want to do a whole lot of things, but I have a physical illness that I need to take care of, so I'll just go rest now. But you go ahead and get on whatever you want to do, and remember to take proper rest. And if you liked what I said here, I would really appreciate it if you could like my video, if you could share your experience in the comment section. It's my favorite part. One of them, everything is favorite actually, the whole recording this for you and sending all of it. I love all of it. So yes, like, comment, subscribe. If you're new here, welcome, and I hope you stay for the long haul. And until then, namaste. I will see you.